That's enough of that.
That's enough of that.
That is enough of that.
Hey, man.
If that hasn't loosened you up, like, you know, a nice meal and a bottle of red wine, then I don't know what will. Anyway,
that was smoothie time. That was smoothie time. That's called smoothie time.
How many hours sleep have you had in the last 3 days?
I've had about 9 hours sleep in the last 3 days.
That's when you know you're working with a professional that's toured with some big bands, played with some big venues, because he can still pull those licks out on you know, like,
I'm sleeping inside right now. I might be here, but I was just switched off completely. So news, man.
New toys.
Yes.
Everybody knows about Yamaha's THR range of amplifiers. They came out in 2011. Seems like yesterday, but it really was 8 years ago. And it was a really, really interesting concept from Yamaha at the time. Been copied since by other brands, but you know, Yamaha can own that. And it was a collaboration between Yamaha's home audio, you know, the guys that make all the sound bars and the speaker systems and stuff for home audio, and Yamaha's music division, who wanted to make a guitar amplifier that would sound amazing at home in a small environment at low volumes, like, you know, home entertainment systems do. And they smashed it with THR originally, sold millions and millions. I've had one, Pete's had one, everyone has probably had a THR amplifier at some point or other. But I guess it's fair to say in the last year or two, some of the other brands that have kind of jumped on that bandwagon have added features like wireless and bits and bobs like that. So I guess Yamaha have gone, okay.
Hey guys.
Let's revisit
let's
THR. Bring it up to date.
I mean, the technology of small speakers and all the way that you can now make things sound bigger, even though it's smaller. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
The one cool thing, I think what kept THR going over the last couple of years, even though potentially, you know, other models had, you know, better spec, was THR always sounded great. And that hasn't changed. You know, I think once an amp sounds great, it never really goes out of date, does it? Because it just always sounds great. And it always looked cool. In fact, if anything, no one ever did one that I think looked as cool as THR.
No.
And you guys will all know that, you know, I bought a Vox Adio and I like the sound of that amplifier, but it does look like a tart's handbag, basically. And I sort of wanted...
So it looks like your own handbag,
It just basically looks like my own handbag, you're right. So
this looks great at home,
This looks
right?
amazing.
It looks great on a shelf at home.
I like the little orange lights that sit behind the grille. There's nothing to not like.
Changed a bit of the design on the front here with the...
There's more Ys If you didn't know it was a Yamaha product, there's like 700 reminders on the front now.
It looks like the little, the game you had back in the day where they had that little thing that went and you shoot up. Anyway.
So let's talk about this 3 now. On the old range, there were 3 variants of THR-10. The classic one was the cream-coloured one, which was a bit of a jack of all trades. And then there was a bluey black kind of one that had the sort of the boutique-y amps in it, more for the sort of bluesy guys. And then there was a green one that had all the high gain stuff in it. And in all fairness, it did annoy customers, I know, because they were like, why can't I just have all the amps in one box? Why do I have to buy 3 different amps? So, good news. All 3 of those amplifiers are now in these. So there are 15 different amp variants in each model.
Yeah.
The THR-V, by the way, if that's what you've got, is still in the catalogue. Hasn't been updated, so we'll park that one for now.
Yeah.
Other upgrades. So what is still called the THR-10, albeit sort of the Mark II version, is now 20 watts rather than 10 watts. And the totally new format one is the Big Daddy one, the 30, again, 30 watts. Slightly larger enclosure, which does change the sound very slightly, but still the same basic speaker technology in each one.
Yeah.
Where else it gets super cool is, this model here, which we've kind of put on its end so you can see the knobs on the top. This model here, I guess, is the closest to the sort of the old THR-10.
Yeah.
So it's not wireless, can't be run on batteries anymore. It's only mains operated, but it's the most affordable one. So you've still got your 15 different amp models. USB, we'll come to that again in a bit.
And it's got Bluetooth as well.
Oh, of course.
Bluetooth, and there's an app for it.
I don't know why I totally forgot that bit. That of course, was one of the upgrades that THR was crying out for now. So
yes, it was.
Stream your music through your THR via Bluetooth rather than cable. The next 2 up, so the sort of the upgraded version of the 10 and the 30, are wireless now. And I'm talking guitar wireless, not Bluetooth, for your audio. That's beautifully done. So this is fun enough. So some of you guys may have remembered that one of the big news items from a couple of years ago was that Yamaha bought Line 6. And so this is the first, as far as I'm aware, the first real proper kind of collaboration of the 2. I know Variax did a little bit, but yeah, so the Line 6 relay G10 transmitter, you have to buy as a separate item, but it's super affordable. In fact, it's not that different to how much a really expensive guitar cable would cost. And you plug it into the guitar like Pete's got there. The receiver is built into the Yamaha THR.
Yeah.
And
plug it in and it does it automatically.
We should show people how they charge. Yeah, so this is cool. You need a little lithium battery in there. It needs recharging. You pop it in here. Orange light comes on and flashes and then goes green. I'm making this up as I go along, as you can see. But yeah, so you're now charging that transmitter.
And another cool feature now you come to that, because these have got the battery in that you can charge up, rechargeable batteries. It's not like you have to plug in 15 AA batteries and then they run out really quickly. Now, to charge this, you have to have it plugged into the mains. Just to mention that.
Good shout.
Which of course you will have when you're sitting at home on the Yeah. But if you're going out partying in the park, the guitar.
That's the idea, isn't it? True wireless. So you don't need any mains, don't need a guitar cable. It's all cool.
Yeah, and in the beginning we were streaming from my phone, Bluetooth in.
Yeah.
So the backing track comes out.
If you like that backing track, by the way,
there's a link below.
They're Pete's backing tracks. You can use those for free, I think, on Apple Music. Can't
yes, you can stream them.
You'll see if we do a quick sweep of the panel on top of the 30 that it's very slightly different looking, in that you can switch this modern boutique and classic mode here. That's essentially going through those 3 different THR amps that I mentioned a while ago. On the 10 versions, you have to switch which models you want from the editor. So you've got your basic 5 models here, but if you want to access the boutique or the modern ones, you do it from the editor. However, the cool thing is, when you then store your 5 memory locations, you can have any of the 15 amplifiers stored to any of the 5. You can even deep dive in and really get dirty with your effects in terms of adjusting, exactly the parameters you want to adjust on your chorus or your flanger or whatever like that. And however you store those, they will always be remembered. I think we should go through some of the tones.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we're going to use Pete's one here because it's just easier to get through all 15. I'm going to start in the classic mode. Actually, do you know what I should say as well? Which I totally forgot. We always forget like bass players and acoustic players and flat players, whatever they are. I think they're keyboard players. Each of the 3 amplifiers, in addition to the 15 electric guitar amp models, there is a bass mode, an acoustic mode, and a flat mode.
For flat pickers.
For people who live in flats, I don't know. No, that's not really. That's just basically, it's like a no preamp, good for keyboards or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, back over here. We're in the classic mode and we're on the clean sound, and we've just got a little bit of reverb, I think.
Sounds great.
I tell you what's annoying, really, in a way, is you're going to hear this using the 2 close mic'd SM57s, which will sound great. I know it'll sound great. But one of the things that you're not going to hear is all the room reflections, and I think that's part of the clever tech that's in here, is kind of just a lot of that ambient and bigness to the sound. Bigness is my new favourite word.
Just look that up in the dictionary.
Yeah, that is literally, you've got to be in this room to sort of hear that. But trust me, when you get one of these, it'll sound good. Crunch mode.
On the back pickup.
Obviously, any of these sounds you could adjust the gain and the tone if you wanted to. We're pretty much running everything at 12 o'clock. So here we go, lead tone.
Oh, lead tone. And you know what I noticed with that?
What did you notice?
When I back it off a bit.
Meow. High gain.
Oh.
Special.
You know, it's already my thing, but
what's special? I don't remember that being on the old one. Maybe it was. Special.
Was it?
Well, it's just special. So now we're going to jump onto the boutique. So boom, over here, light goes blue.
Blue.
Because of course that's the synonymous colour for boutiqueness. Again,
these are all,
it's still called clean, crunch, lead, high gain and special, but if you go in the app, it'll tell you what the amps
model on.
based on.
Yes.
But here we go.
Stuff.
Crunch.
Crunch. Take a bit of reverb off.
Lead.
Sounds good. Oh, that's fat.
That's probably a good sound, actually, to mention that although you've got gain and master, maybe I'll show you on this one, you've got gain and master over here. You've also got your true sort of master volume output, if you like, over here. One for guitar and one for the audio that you might want to run into it, like the backing.
That's great
audio.
to have those two.
So, of course, the idea potentially is that you could say, well, actually, the sound that I really want to get is my amp with the preamp and the master volume on full. So, like the complete maxed out lunatic Van Halen style guitar sound. But with my master volume just very, very small. So, we'll potentially do that on
very, very small.
Very small. Here we go. Have you got a sound? So this would be replicating an amp absolutely cranked to jahebas.
That sounds
you can
great,
hear all
doesn't
the
it?
power amps compressing,
it's going,
and it's almost sounding like it's broken. I felt bad. I didn't want to interrupt you. You looked like you were having
I'm having
great
fun
time.
with these. Yeah, it sounds great, man.
Right, high gain. Here we go.
Oh, this is my kind of thing. on a telecar T-style.
Special in the boutique mode. And now, finally, into the modern mode, which is the green amps, which again are all from the THR-10X. So these should be all the more extreme kind of gainy things.
Ah, okay.
I don't know, maybe there's a clean. Oh, there is still a clean amp.
That is quite clean, isn't it?
Can you play Enter Sandman with that? You see, this is the exact one. It's been replicated.
Stubble will get sued.
Yes. Crunch.
You can't play any more than that. You can't play an E minor.
Don't play
They'll
any
come
minor.
after you.
Somebody used that in a song once.
Go definitely. Yeah, lead. How are you doing, lead? I played that once before, and
we got for a Batman thing, didn't you?
No, I played, and they said it was. And I said that was not what it was.
Anyway, right, high gain.
Oh, that's proper, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Not the guitar for it, but
Sounds great.
nothing wrong with that.
Special. Boom.
Hey! Oh, that's scooped.
This is scooped. I tell you, hats off. They nail this at the kind of volumes we're playing at now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so quiet in here. You might even be able to hear Pete and I just talking over the sounds.
It sounds great.
It sounds great.
It feels great.
It's kind of, I suppose this is probably a good time to maybe not throw a negative in there or whatever, but just to go, look, the idea of near field speaker technology and all the sort of cleverness in here is whilst it is amazing for someone that wants to play at low volumes in a normal living room or something like that. What it doesn't do is move enough air and project it to mean that you could go and gig with something like this. So even though that's 30 watts, the 30 watts is more about giving you the headroom and the dynamics and the bass end to get the sound you want at a sort of still a relatively home volume.
Yeah.
If you don't imagine that you know, if you had a conventional 30-watt guitar amplifier with like a conventional 10 or a 12-inch speaker, it's a completely different beast.
With the tube,
you could absolutely go and, you know, the old-fashioned style guitar amps is designed to throw the sound at the audience. And, you know,
the air,
different kind of vibe.
Tiny speakers like that.
I vaguely remember someone saying to me years ago that THR stood for it's your third amplifier, and Yamaha were kind of going, look, you know, it's like you've got the big amp and the little amplifier for your gigs and stuff, and this is the third one that you have for home. I think that was the idea. But yes, so if you did want, I mean, I'm slightly intrigued as to whether or not the 30 might, because you've now got the line outs on the 30, which you'd never had before, and you've got a little bit more volume in terms of, you know, it's 3 times more power than the original THR-10. Is it enough to just have this for some on-stage monitoring for yourself in a really small, sort of like a duo kind of band, and you just give the stereo line out to the sound man?
I don't think so.
You still, because
I don't think it's loud enough.
If the venue was big, yeah, it would depend on. I could see it if you were playing with like a keyboard player and all the drums were just from a drum machine, and it was very much kind of just, you know, wine bar stuff. I could kind of see
maybe it's like sitting in the corner of a restaurant somewhere. It might be all right.
I think as soon as you had a regular drummer, you wouldn't. You'd have to strap one to either side of you. The Yamaha would bring out a strap that you put on here, and it just goes over your head. You just have one either side, where it looked like a slightly ridiculous Cyberman.
Don't talk about strapping anything only.
But I definitely, you know, what we should do is play a little piece of music now. We'll just choose a random sound that Pete likes. One of maybe the slightly crunchier, cleany sounds.
I like the boutique there in lead.
Okay.
That was the one that cleaned up really nicely.
If you can just play like 30 seconds, and halfway through the playing we'll cut from you hearing the mics to you hearing the line outs on here.
And can you tell me about the cleverness of these line out things? But that's the USB, right?
So it's only the 30 that's got 1/4 inch line outputs. Yeah. All 3 have got a USB output.
Yeah.
And the USB side of things sends, if you use it as an audio interface, it sends 4 tracks. The old THR did this as well. I always used to think that was clever and unique as well. It sends 4 tracks of audio out. So you have a stereo wet mix.
Yeah.
So essentially everything that you're doing on here, the amp modeling, the effects, everything goes out as a stereo mix. But it sends a stereo completely dry, clean,
clever,
that you can then reamp if you want to. So and I think that, you know what, I've got a little bit into GarageBand recently, and it is really annoying.
He's been writing songs.
I have.
He's been coming in the morning and playing me songs, and he's singing on it.
And all I get is abuse from Pete. He just laughs.
I don't say anything.
No,
you've got a great voice.
I can exactly.
What?
Anyway,
it's great. I'm looking forward to the EP.
It is annoying when you play something and you kind of nailed it, and then you hear it back on the track and you go, I wish it had a bit less gain or a different reverb or whatever. And so I said, the cool thing with this, if you do all your recording like that, you've always got your original track that you could go back
and you can then put in your,
That's just so the USB is any of them, but the bit that you're going to hear now with the 1/4 inch outputs is just the 30. So here we go. There you go. Well, look, so we obviously, all we hear during those things are Pete playing live. So you get to comment in the section below how good you think the line outputs are on that bit.
Sounds great, Dan.
I think the biggest compliment I can pay this amplifier is I forget that we're even plugged into something that's this big.
You know what? I'm not even plugged into it.
Exactly.
Hey, see what I'm saying? I love that. I love that so much.
It just sounds like one of the bigger amplifiers.
Yeah. This is perfect for home. Stick that in your bookcase or something. Get your Bluetooth. Use it, you know, as a music player, and then just have that.
Yeah.
And when you put this in your sofa and you leave it, and if it's been there for, and not being touched for a little while, it just turns itself off. So when you pick it up, boom, off we go, man.
I do think a big part of why this was so popular again was because it just had a really inoffensive look, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, here I am, I'm a little piece of home hi-fi. Am I home hi-fi? Am I a little bit of artwork? Am I a little guitar amplifier?
Yeah.
And I'm just loving the fact that it's Bluetooth now. It was so annoying on the old one that you had to physically put a
plug stuff,
especially with the new, ever since Apple went over to Lightning.
Yeah, it's not like that.
You couldn't even find the cable that was.
Yeah, it's annoying.
So annoying.
Did you see Philip Sage play that when he has it on a little, box and he?
Oh,
did you see that clip? Yeah, the original one.
The original demo. It's insane.
What?
Yeah, I mean that must be 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, that's when it first came out.
He was the first guy I think we ever saw do this like SM57 kind of thing on the front of it.
Yeah, he absolutely slayed it.
It kind of helps that he's one of the best guitar players in the universe. But,
yes. Yes.
Well, look,
in the known universe.
The only thing that we haven't really been able to show you properly today is the app is in the very, very final stages of development. So we've not used the app at all today, but you get a flavour from these screenshots of what it's going to look like. So it does look really intuitive to use. And it is going to give you the option to, as I said, deep dive in, change amps, change characteristics of amps, change
effects,
different cabinets, deeper diving of, cabinets, as you said, of effects.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool. So there we are.
Oh, Lee, one more thing. How does it sound with pedals and a looper? Because I remember you saying the reason why I don't use it in my office anymore is because it doesn't do well with the looper pedal, because you put loops in and it distorts the sound somehow.
I got really hung up with my original THR-10.
Yeah.
As you guys know, we all love loopers. We all think it's kind of, one of the most important ways to kind of practice and play and stuff like that when you're on your own.
Desert Island pedal.
Exactly.
Pedal number 1.
So my looper into my THR, first and foremost, it's still annoying that there's no effects loop on any of these. But in fairness, there's no effects loop on the Mini Katana and there's no effects loop on the Vox Audio either. So it's really, it's an issue for all you people out there.
We need to campaign for built-in loopers.
We need to built-in looper.
With a Bluetooth
and bring back the blanket. Hashtag bring back the blanket and hashtag where's my effects loop. Anyway, whatever it is.
So many hashtags.
So of course, if you guys know, if you plug the looper into the front end of any amplifier, and you want to get, your rhythm kind of loop part, and then you want to change the sound on the amplifier to give you a lead part, you can't do it because then all of a sudden your loop also has that sort of solo setting for you.
It has to be
so that's a bit annoying. But the other thing that used to drive me nuts on the old THRs, I'd use my looper, and somehow almost like the dynamic capacity of the amplifier
squashes the whole thing together.
All used up by the loop, and then anything you tried to play over the top sounded like, don't know, just like it couldn't do it. It just would be this squished, crappy guitar sound. So the very first thing that I tried this morning when we got these was, does it still do it with my looper? And I'm pleased to tell you that it doesn't, and I can demonstrate that now with a. So now I said, still got the issue that
you need to go on a clean tone, right? You need to go.
So I'm going to use. I haven't used my pedal board at all in this demo so far, but for the final bit I will. And Pete hasn't used pedals at all for the whole. So
that's it.
So if I now do I'll just literally loop that and then play over the top of it. So I might have a little bit less reverb on the loop.
No, you need much more reverb.
So there's my loop going now. As I said, when I played over this before, it would annoy me. It's fine. It's all fine. I can add a pedal in. Anyway. World's most boring loop, but you get the idea that it's completely fine now. Don't know what they've done. Maybe it's the fact it's gone from 10 to 20 watts. I don't know, but
watts definitely gives it more headroom to take the,
I do find again, this isn't really critical, but absolutely, I find that Need to roll some of the treble off of the pedals that I've got. So, you know, when I'm using pedals into conventional amplifiers versus this, I just need to somehow roll some of the treble off of the pedals before you start using them with this, but that's no big deal. Of course, what I really want to do is just use the effects inside here. So, you know, THR Mark III, when that comes out when I'm 74, maybe there'll be an effects loop or even some clever Bluetooth.
A Bluetooth board,
so
which you can do a looper on it, and then put an overdrive and a delay on. That's all you need. Looper, overdrive, delay, but Bluetooth board.
Yeah. That's
boom,
what we want.
But
come on,
and the loopers in the
clever
end.
Yamaha people design a little 4-button Bluetooth pedal. Sits down here. One of them starts and stops the looper. The other one lets me turn on and off a couple of effects. That would be clever.
Hey man. We've been talking about that for years now,
I know.
and nobody's still not.
It's science fiction, man. It's like
maybe we should do our own
future. Maybe you got spare $7 million to invest in R&D.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it then. Okay,
absolutely. I've got that just lying around.
We'll demo that next week when we finished it.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, there's THR. Very, very cool. What can I say other than every guitar player should have a little amp like this at home, and then you've got absolutely no excuse not to practice
like this
all the time.
It's so great. Get the backing track, stick them on.
I might have to get one myself. Do you like it? Do you like the 30?
Yeah, I'll probably get the 30.
Yeah.
Just because it's bigger.
Yeah.
It's more.
It's more.
Yeah,
more is more.
It's more.
I don't know. I would definitely get one of the ones with the wireless bit in it though. That's super cool.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. You know. So prices, don't know yet.
Prices, they are going to be dearer than the old THR, but quite how much we don't know.
There's a lot of stuff, more stuff in them. So that's
head on over to the Andertons website to either be pleasantly surprised or deeply shocked. We don't know at the moment. But hopefully pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, and they are coming in November. So give you at least a few weeks to save up. In that case then, I think that's finished. If you've seen enough, feel free to switch off now, go and do something else. If you'd like a little bit more, Pete and I are going to jam out on one of his excellent backing tracks, which again are available to download or stream from your favorite whatever you call them, streaming media platform things.
Yeah.
That's it. I've been the captain.
And I've been Danish Pete.
He's going to get some sleep, and we'll see you next time.